Hey guys, good morning. I hope you guys are well. I hope I can get the words out today. I'm very busy today. Very busy today. I hope I can get all the words out today. But I'm gonna say this. I did have a few people reach out to me and ask me about like the whole eclipse thing on April 8th and what is God telling me about it, and I've seen comments about it as well. I want to say this, like, to each its own, but I will say this, like, if there was anything like crazy that was gonna happen, like 3 days of darkness on that day, or if like we had to prepare for something heavy that day or around that time frame or anything like that, like, I'm pretty sure God would have told me. You know what I mean? Because he tells me everything else in my life. Like, if there's someone, like, if I want to get into a car accident, he'll warn me ahead of time. Like, if something's gonna happen, like, don't leave the house today, he'll tell me. Like, when COVID happened, he told me. I warned everybody. When we had to, like, I told everybody ahead of time before COVID even made the news, like, hey, we're gonna have to clean our waters, boil our waters. We're gonna have to, stock up on toilet paper, bring toilet paper with you in public, don't use public toilet papers. Like, I was giving people all these warnings because these were things that he was telling me to tell people, right? He hasn't even told me anything relating to the eclipse. He's just been telling me things relating to, like, the food. I told you guys about the milk situation last year, and I thought it was going to happen around December, but it happened actually recently. And what ended up happening was fall and December is when the cows were getting sick, but they did not say anything until now, right? But I warned everybody about that ahead of time. The only thing he's shown me was relating to the pork, and we got to be careful with the pork. And he said something about the fish. Be careful with the fish as well, because there's something going on with the fish as well. So he's been warning me about certain things, but he hasn't said anything to me about the eclipse. You know what I mean? I just know that the second half of the year, illusions are going to be revealed, as in, like, people are going to see what's an illusion, what's the truth, and what's a lie. Like, because you have to remember something. Good is being called evil, evil is being called good. You see what I'm saying? So that's all. Things are going to come to the revelation second half of this year, and these are the types of things that he's telling me. He hasn't told me anything about the eclipse or what's gonna happen the day of the eclipse, or he hasn't told me anything about 3 days of darkness happening around the eclipse. So I just want to say, like, always go to him in prayer and ask him about these things. And and here's the thing, I'm not trying to take away from what anybody else is saying, because hey, maybe he told them these things and never told me. That can happen too, right? But listen, God makes sure that we are safe, and trust me, he would have told me if I was in danger or if I had to prep for something major. He would have told me something about that, right? Yeah, so I'm not trying to take away from everybody else is saying, but at the same time, guys, remember, like, don't let people put fear in you as well. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. Yes, some things may be true, but you have to also understand that some people, they jump on whatever is trending, whatever is popular, and not everyone, I'm not speaking on a particular person, I'm just saying not everyone is discerned enough, wise enough to say, let me go to God and discern things. Everybody will just hear something from someone else, and then they'll create content based on what they're hearing from someone else. And people are not actually hearing things from God. They're just getting content from other people and hearing what's going on in the news, what they think is going to happen from conspiracy theorists and other people and scientists and other prophets or pastors, and then they're creating their content off that. So that's why it looks like so many people are talking about the same thing. So something may be happening because everyone's talking about the same thing, but really and truly everyone's just getting content off each other. You see what I'm saying? So in this particular case, I'm not sure if that's what's happening, but I'm saying in general, that's what happens a lot when you see a lot of trendy things going on. Like, another example of this is, like, when people were talking about, like, zombies and all that stuff, not understanding that the zombie that people are talking about, it's real, but it's actually done in the spiritual realm first. It's a demonic spirit that attaches itself to people that makes them act like zombies. It's not people raising up from the dead and walking around, right? So how people were saying, oh, people from the dead are gonna get up and walk around. No, this is actually just people that are possessed with these specific demons that were sent to them, or that they're just possessed by, whether it was sent to them or whatever, right? So again, just always take things to God, and get confirmation from God. And I want to just say this, like, everyone's like, should we start stacking up on water, stacking up on food? You should always be doing that. that shouldn't be because of an eclipse. That should be like, you know, just discernment, common sense. Always make sure that you stack up on things, right? I mean, not all of us do that. You know, even sometimes I slack in that area. Sometimes I'll be like, man, I'm running out of stuff and I won't buy it till the last minute because I'm so busy. But that's just common sense. We should always be stocking up on water. We should always be stocking up on things. Like, don't wait until everyone's talking about this trendy topic to start stocking up on things. You see what I'm saying? But God hasn't told me anything relating to the eclipse, you know. That's what I'm saying. I can't say what's going to happen if he hasn't told me anything. And that would be me lying. You know what I mean? I always wait for God to tell me things relating to like what's going on before. And I always confirm it before I say anything to anybody. You see what I'm saying? But to be honest, he's been showing me things about my life that, you know, I have to take heed of, and things that I have to do, instructions that he specifically gives me for my life, and then instructions he'll give me for you guys to post. And he hasn't mentioned anything about the eclipse. So to me, because I haven't heard anything from him, I just think it's going to be a regular eclipse. I don't think anything major is going to happen, like 3 days of darkness or anything like that. I personally don't think so, because it's just going to be like a normal eclipse, another eclipse, right? I understand like the uniqueness of it, because this type of eclipse only happens a lot, you know, once in a very long time. I get it. But again, he hasn't told me anything about it. So I'm not going to sit there and stress over something that he has not told me, or, you know, be paranoid over something that he has not even warned me about. Like, why deal with unnecessary stress when there's actual things I need to take heed of? There's actual things I am going through, and other people are going through. And, you know, I could see things relating to like attacks and all that, witchcraft attacks and all that. Like, that's the type of stuff that, you know, I pay attention to, because these are things I have to pray against every night, and others have to pray against every night, right? But yeah, relating to the eclipse, he hasn't shown me anything about it. So you know what? I always tell you guys, just always take things to God. Don't let anyone project fear on you or what is trendy to make you paranoid, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying don't take heed. I'm not saying don't be cautious. What I'm saying is don't let that consume you. If, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy how people will put fear in people about something that is not even like confirmed, and that's very trendy, that everyone's speaking on, that's trendy. But then like when it comes to things that are actually happening, and then we try to warn about it, help people relating to it, we get slandered and we get mocked for that. It's just, I just find it crazy and ironic, you know. Like, anyways, I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna try to get the words out today. Pray for me, guys, because I'm extremely busy. There's a lot going on my end. You know, I just finished fighting a whole bunch of warfare. Like, a whole bunch of warfare. Like, everybody's skincare orders, your orders are going to be actually shipped this week. Everybody's orders are going to be shipped on Friday. Everybody that ordered, right? There was delays because I had a supplier that I get my bottles and stuff from. The Lord recently showed me that she found out who I am, as in like she's been like watching my content and stuff like that. And the Lord showed me that this is why like my bottles, my face wash bottles were delayed. Literally, I paid for the face wash bottles in January. I did not get the bottles until yesterday. And the date that it was supposed to be delivered was in February. So I was shocked, and God literally showed me. He's been showing me her face for like the past 6 months, but I didn't know why he was showing me her face. I thought it was like, okay, God, do I need to stock up on something because you keep showing me her face? But it was because she had this little envy spirit that was within her, that she purposely delayed my stuff on purpose, you know? So I had to find a whole new supplier, which is gonna be okay. I found a new supplier. So bottles and everything are still going to be the same, logos, everything are going to be the same, but I had to find a whole new supplier because of this. This is what I mean when I say being a child of God is not easy, because you will have haters and people that will purposely allow the devil to use them randomly. You may not talk to them, you could be nice to them, you may not have like any personal conversation with them, but once they find out who you are, child, once that cover is blown and they know you're a child of God, find out who you are, child. Like, you know, like support will turn into hate. It's just so crazy. And I'm just like, how come with everybody else? Like, I'm like, why would everybody else? They get their stuff on time. But when it comes to me, she always delays my stuff. You know, like it's always delayed for some reason when it comes to my stuff. And I found out God was showing me her for 6 months to let me know it's time for me to switch suppliers because she was doing it purposely. I'm just like, man, you know. So anyways, I love you guys. I'm busy. I have phone calls too. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.